Welcome back to MIRA-University. I'm your host AJ, and today we're going to be discussing how to talk to your little ones about sea burn. Let's get into it.
Fire season is now officially the worst ever reported.
You are the target of those who would trample the liberties of free men. You are in the crosshairs of the bomb sight. An enemy is centering on you. You are the target. Our president has told us that even against the most powerful defense, an aggressor in possession of an effective number of atomic bombs could cause hideous damage. Today, in the age of hydrogen weapons, evacuation from target areas is our best assurance of survival. But successful evacuation takes time. If there is insufficient warning of attack, no time for organized evacuation according to plan, then you and your family must protect yourselves.
Did you know that children make up 1/4 of the United States population? That makes them a pretty large target for primary or secondary sea burn exposure. We wish that wasn't true, and it's an unfortunate fact. However, that is the world that we live in today, and we have to talk to our children about this. It's an uncomfortable topic, and it takes an awful lot of tact and pre-planning to do so, so that's what we're going to talk about today. Our job as parents, uncles, aunts, mentors, etc. is to prepare children for the challenges they're going to face as adults. And the best way to do that is making sure that we deliver it in an effective package that's easy to digest and also easy to understand without making them feel overwhelmed by the enormity of the information we're presenting to them.
We must know how to duck and cover in the school bus or in any other bus or streetcar. Duck and cover. Don't wait. Duck away from the windows fast. The glass may break and fly through the air and cut you. Sundays, holidays, vacation time, we must be ready every day, all the time, to do the right thing if the atomic bomb explodes. Duck and cover. This family knows what to do, just as your own family should.
With a topic like this, it's important to consider the time and setting that we want to broach the subject. We want to pick a time that is convenient, preferably not a time before a big event like a school play or a soccer game, and preferably maybe something after dinner when everybody is relaxed and there's some time to talk. Make sure that you're beginning this conversation with, what have you heard about insert here, whether it's sea burn or a topic that's been in the news lately they may have experienced. Next, make sure you ask your child, how does it make you feel? This may give you an indication of if they're ready for this conversation or not. From there, that conversation should flow fluidly. We'd recommend not forcing the information onto them and seeing how they respond as the conversation evolves, and make sure bring it to a level where they feel educated but not intimidated by this kind of information. You have to remember that as adults, we can respond to this in a very mature way, but a child may need to absorb it a few times to truly understand the enormity of it. Once we've had this conversation, with the end goal being instilling a sense of confidence, comfort, and trust with our child, we can move on to talking about some of our gear like gas masks and filters and even hazmat suits. However, again, we are speaking to a child, so it's important to take it slow. We want to present the gear to them slowly. We want to let them touch it as they're tactile learners and kind of walk them through how it's used. I know that when I was a kid in preschool, we had firefighters come to my school and I was absolutely petrified of their masks. However, once the firemen removed the mask, showed it to me, explained it to me, and even let me try it on, I felt a lot more comfortable with it and it didn't seem nearly as intimidating as it did before. So it's important to take it slow and let the conversation evolve naturally. While it's important to be honest about sea burn threats, make sure that you're talking to your child at their level so as to not overwhelm them. Once we've established that our children are comfortable and confident with having this discussion, we can start showing them how the gear is actually used and, even donning, doffing, using it, and that kind of a thing. If at all possible, it's very important that you and your child, wear masks together and even make a game out of it. This may seem kind of dystopian and maybe a little bit scary, but ultimately keep in mind, this is training them to be prepared and will contribute directly to their safety.
The airburst of 3:01 p.m. was zeroed on Union Station. Heavy damage extends from about 14th Street north to as far south as the waterfront
You know, we're lucky.
To Western.
That blast was miles
Stay
from there.
undercover unless you have civil defense to... I've just been handed a bulletin. There's been an underwater burst at the waterfront. Water thrown up by the bomb is falling as mist and rain, and it is radioactive. Avoid this radioactive mist and
What
rain.
does he mean
which
by
the wind is blowing south from the river.
radioactive
All
According to what Dad
residents
said,
take necessary
the radioactivity gets into the mist and rain.
instructions.
And if the mist or rain gets on you, it's apt to make you very sick.
Another great way to introduce your child into the world of preparedness is to help design drills and assign them tasks. When children are given responsibility, they gain a sense of ownership. This makes them not only feel involved, but also makes them feel as though they're contributing and working towards being a responsible adult. Some examples of tasks that we can give to children that are effective and at their level are simple things like asking them to retrieve your keys as part of an emergency drill while you prep a vehicle, or grab your gear and other things that you may need. Conducting monthly inventories of your food pantry is a great way to get your child involved in not just your household, but help them understand what they might want in an emergency situation.
When a nuclear weapon explodes anywhere near the ground, tons of dirt and debris are pulverized into millions of tiny particles, swept up into the fireball, turned dangerously radioactive. They drift downwind in the mushroom cloud, then start slowly falling back to Earth. If some fallout particles are on food that you've brought in from the outside, don't worry. They can't make it radioactive. Simply remove the particles and you remove the danger. Just wash or peel the fruits and vegetables. Wipe off the packages or cans. For safety, it's better to make sure that babies or small children aren't allowed food or liquids that might be contaminated.
If you've reached the point with your family where you're conducting emergency preparedness drills, another great way to get your child involved is to let them pick what drill you're going to run that week or that day. This will make them feel a sense of accomplishment when the drill is completed and also help them memorize the material that we need to know. You can even make a game of it. See who can put on their gas mask the fastest.
If the explosion has been some miles away, you will have time to fill tubs and other containers with water before fallout arrives. All locations where outside dust does not penetrate will be safe storage points for water. Whatever kind of shelter you find, settle down and make the best of it. If there are others with you, help them by being as calm as you can.
Preparedness is not just for the adults, it's also for the kids. This is a heavy topic, but it's an important one. We'll leave it up to you. Thanks for joining us at MIRA-University. Remember to like, subscribe, and share for more. Until next time, stay savvy, survivalists.